What's happening? You excited? Are you stoked? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready, Freddy? It's doing its thing. I'm thirsty. Hacha! Anytime now. Go. Happen. All right. Well, it'll start eventually, I guess. It's 30 seconds of waiting. 31 seconds. 32. Come on. Oh, come on. You can do it. There we go. All right. We're up. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Houston with a Problem, show number 500. 500. Holy smokes. How'd we get here? 500 times I've done this? This is crazy. It's insane. It's bonkers. It doesn't make any sense. First of all, I didn't think it would last this long. I thought we would have moassed a lot sooner. I would be like, I'll keep doing shows, but then I'll just be on vacation somewhere and not do them. But here we are. Still doing shows. We're number 500. And I want to thank every last one of you for showing up, hanging out, giving questions, making this a very weird community. I want to thank every single one of you. Our Charity Tuesdays have been a colossal success. They're phenomenal. I love them. I love you. It's man. Woo! Woo! I don't know where to go from here. So maybe do show 501 on Monday. But let's see here. What do we got? We got news-wise. Monkey, do we have any news? We have GameStop trade sideways. Looks like the U.S. has formed an alliance with Israel and Saudi Arabia against Iran as they're sending piles of cash and weapons to both of them. So we got World War III definitely starting. What else we got going on, Monkey? We talked about the yen carryovers, that they're gigantic, so the U.S. cannot lower its interest rates without screwing everybody. Monkey's like, I had enough of this. I heard it 1,000 times. Man. It's, what's big happening today? Nothing huge on the news that stood out to me this morning, so I guess you guys will talk about whatever it is we're talking about. Oh, it's a bug. That's what I was hearing. Man. So, you know what we should do? You know what we should do? We should do the show 500 intro that Alexander made for us. You ready? Are you ready for this? Alexander, aren't you forgetting something?
Whoops. Let me just push this button right here.
Shorts!
Nope, that wasn't it. What about this one? Maybe this one? Gosh darn it. Well, since we're here, 500 shows? How? More like, wow. Oh, I think this is the button.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yay! Oh, I love that. Thank you, Alexander. That was lovely. And oh, don't turn it off. That's a long one to do a second intro on. So here we are, show 500. Woo! Hey, fat cat. Coming to join us for the party? Get up here, you little turd. Come on. Come on, you little fart bucket. Come on. Come here. It's your show too, man. Come on. Get up there. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm gonna put you up there. Or if I pick you up, just put you up there. There we go. Look at that. There he is. The tank himself. Sir Chunkulus. Oh yeah, kitty. That's right, dude. All right, so I got the whole gang here. Man, it's just show 500. Here we are. Yeah. So, Alexander K. That's who made this. Oh my goodness, there's super chats off the bat, and I have not even looked yet. GDC says happy birthday. Thank you. Jay Geyser became a problem solver today as well. Woo! Low B, congrats on show 500. Congrats on 500 shows. Should we dress black tie, semi-formal, casual? Cheers. You wear your best patterned shirt is what you should do. Oh crap. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's Low B. All right. Don C. Shadem, here's $5. I've had 500 to hook you up. Well, thank you. Javier Martinez says, dang, 500. 500 indeed. Jika Shukla, hope we mow ass before show 1000. I hope we mow ass Monday. Bex, happy birthday, Houston. Hard to believe I've been here since show 1. Craziness. Here's to hope and having no quit. Thank you. Adam Watkins, good job in 500. Feliz Navidad. Bill Coyne, Wall Street Journal article this week. Theaters are dying. Everyone watching at home. Lots of graphs, etc. to back up conclusion. I have not made to the theater as often as I used to. Granted, I used to live next to a theater, so I would just be like, I'm going to go to the movie theater. And I go all the time. Now I'm miles away from a theater. I saw Furiosa in the theater. It was an awesome movie. And I can't remember the movie I saw in the theater before that. It may have been a couple of years. I mean, mostly I watch at home. I'll be honest. A lot of times movies come out in the theater, and it's like $20 to go to the theater, or it pops up on Amazon like 3 weeks later, and I can rent it for $5.99, and I end up doing that a lot. So yeah, they've definitely sucked me in as a client in that respect. John Castro, awesome intro. Congrats on 500 shows. Thank you. Jay Geyser sends in number 1. Actually, it's number 500. And Javier Martinez, 500th show, 499 pennies. Thank you. You guys are wonderful. This is fantastic. A couple of things before we even get on further into questions and the chat and all that stuff. I got an address from Tatalus, so we can unbox his whatever he's getting. I have to ship this thing to Lithuania. So, Tatalus, don't be surprised if it takes like 5 months to get there, because I'm going to be doing it the cheapest way possible. But here we go. What shall I be sending to Lithuania? That's what I want to know. I'm going to be sending. Oh my! This is very Lithuanian. This will fit right in. It looks to be a sweat tracksuit, maybe, or maybe a hoodie. What is it? It looks like a hoodie. We got ourselves a hoodie. Got ourselves Hood Crew. It's a fancy hoodie. It's got buttons. It's got zippers. It's got zippers and buttons. It's like, wait, oh, what the world? Okay, this is the weirdest. I don't necessarily know how this thing. Oh, it's like it could be a turtleneck. I see. And it's got pockets, pit zips. Those pit zips are pockets. That's some sort of vent pocket. Okay, so it's a hoodie with vent pockets, and there's pockets for your hands. Well, there you go. I'm shipping a hoodie to Lithuania. Yay! I hope it's your size. What size is it? It is. It doesn't say. Looks like it might fit me. It might be a little snug on me, so maybe it's like a medium. Might be a large. Yeah, it might fit me. I think it'll be a little tight. So, if you are my size, you may have to gift it to somebody else. If you're smaller than me, then there you go. You have yourself a hoodie, Tatalus. We've got a hoodie, a bomber jacket, 384 gigs of memory to send out. So, look at us. Look at us. I tried folding it. It's just getting stuff in this bag. You're going to get a stuffed shirt in a bag. I just cannot do more than that. Sweatshirt ball in your home. Okay, so those are going to go out. I have another thing to celebrate Show 500 for Michael Mystery. It's kind of heavy box. I have no idea what's in this box. This is apparently gifts for audience members. So I have to figure out how I am going to deal with this. Okay, so. Oh my. What in the world? Michael Mystery, what have you given us? Come on, scissors, you can do a better job than that. Cut the thingies. You too. Ugh. Monkey, why do you look so interested? Because every time I open a box, there's always like treats in it. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh. I do not know where to begin on this. No descriptions in case you want to be surprised. 24 items. Okay. So. Okay. And, oh, sorry, one sec. I just got to investigate what exactly it is we got going here to see how much do I want to view this. Okay. So we've got 24 items. It is all surprises. I'm not even going to remember. I've already erased my brain as to what I just looked at right there. They're all individually wrapped. They're, you know, things like this, things like this, things like this. They took a lot of time and care and individually wrapped 24 of these things. And it looks like they numbered them. I think they numbered them via the price the item was. So it's like $12.31, $18.84, and I have no clue what they are. So how am I going to distribute these? I think these are pens for me. Maybe pens for you. Light up things, blow, throw in gifts. Okay. So Monkey, how do we do this? What if we? I have more stickers coming. I've got several hundred stickers on the way. Remember the stickers, the Houston problem stickers? Those are coming. I have no idea. They'll probably come in the next week or two. So I was gonna send a self-addressed stamp envelope. I send you a sticker. I think at this point, you send me a self-addressed stamped envelope, and with like your address, and I will throw one of these things with no idea what it is into a box and ship it to you. How's that? With the first 24 people, that's maybe next first 30 something people, because I'll throw in some pens and light up doohickeys and things. They'll come with it. So first, whatever people send me self-addressed envelopes, I will ship whatever one of these things are to you. And I have no idea. Michael Mystery and Rick did a phenomenal wrapping job. These are wrapped really well. Kudos. It must have worked Christmas season at a department store or something. But yeah, there's little things. There's medium-sized things. So yeah. Send stuff just to the PO box below. We're going snail mail. You send me a self-addressed stamped envelope. I will send you a sticker, and then ship you. Look at this little guy. I don't know what that is. It's tiny, but you might get that. Who knows? Right? I will find out what it is when I ship it to you, because then I'll look at the. Then I'll pay attention to the doohickey. But you're gonna randomly get something, self-addressed stamped envelope. I'll send you a sticker in the envelope, and then I'll ship one of these things to you. Cool? That'll work. And then whoever is last gets Valpak coupons. And those of you who have gotten Valpak coupons in the past, you know I mean it. I'll send you Valpak coupons. So, show 500. There we are. Fun. That's really fun. I like that. You like that, Fatso? Huh? You big old tub? Yeah? All right. Ugh. The box of mystery. We'll go back over here in the corner. Ugh. Boom, monkey. Boom. Okay, so there we are. There's some Show 500 funness for you. And as I get your letters in, I will announce who has it and maybe not what's going, but that you got item, whatever. So, yay! Okay. Corey Jones, Super Chats. Dang Chump, you got a lot of shirts. Let me borrow one sometime. Well, come on over. Karen Mirza, treat for Monkey Butt. Happy 500th show. Monkey. How many treats is this? How many treats are we at? How many treats have you received over the course of doing this show? I mean, granted, half of them happen on Charity Tuesday. It's your cheat day, apparently. Get up here. Come on. Come on. Get up here. Say hello to everyone. Come on. Get right there. Get your bubble do. Oh, you dropped it, ding dong. Now you got to go under the desk and get it. It's in there. Go get it. Okay. All right. Where are we? Gotta go to the top of the chat. Gotta do the normal. Now it's on to a normal show. Now that we're, 17 minutes into chaos that has been Show 500 so far. Well, the man in the middle was first for Show 500. How many different firsts have we had? I should have kept stats from the beginning to figure out like tallies of who was first. Maybe that's one of those things. Maybe I'll go through 500 shows and I'll make a tally, and we'll find out who is the most first of everyone. That sounds fun. Okay. GDC, first part due. GDC, happy birthday, HW. Sorry I can't stick around live. I will have to catch a replay. Congrats on 500. Well, thank you. Mark Wood, just wanted to congrats to your 500 shows. Glad to have been here for many of them and some of the fundraisers too. Good luck, Houston. 1,000 not so far away. That's 3 years away ish. We'll be at 1,000, right? G-Phone. What are the odds Show 500 is on his birthday? Strange things are afoot. Circle K. Tom Stormer 500. Ludicrous Speed, congrats on 500. G-Font. Also, what is the all-time total for Charity Tuesday? Something to be really proud of. I think we're at 95,000. Because we were at 93-ish. I mean, that's just like going through the numbers as a quick thing. I think we're at 95,000 raised for charity. And what is it? 12, 24, 36, 40. I think 41 Charity Tuesdays. We've done 95,000. So our average is just about 2,000 a show. We had somewhere we just squeaked by 1,000, somewhere we did 8,000, right? So we're in that range there. But regardless, fantastic. You guys rule. Absolutely rule. I don't know what this month's Charity Tuesday is going to be. I've not even thought about that yet. We'll find one. It'll be a good one for this month. Sad Boy Incorporated, congrats on Show 500. I remember Show 1 way back. I remember Show 1 way back too. Crappy microphones, crappy camera, no ring light to make my eyeballs have rings on them. Now we got a decent microphone, and I still just have as many technical problems as ever. All right. Dave Wick, happy 500, Houston. Thank you, 500th birthday. It's pretty much what it is. Mark Wood, maybe we can get a few confessions by people hitting the like button. Martin Weiss, congrats, my big man. Martin, I'm going to make it back to Switzerland someday. I will. Tom Zock, great to see the 500th watch from the first episode, and want to say thank you, Houston, for all your education, explaining things, and providing your point of view on so many topics. Stay well and healthy. Thank you. It's a factory. Wow, 500. You don't look like an episode. You don't look an episode over 300. You must tell us your beauty techniques. I'm not really sure. I do look much younger than like the people I graduated high school with, and I think the large part of it is I don't drink. That's probably the big thing, is that I'm a total square, and no drinky for Houston. I go out in the sun. I do things outside. I do things that should weather me and age me more. But I also haven't had children, or at least I mean, children I've raised on my own. So I think that really like does folks in. I think that's my two beauty secrets: childless, no drinky. Outside of that, I blame my parents. GC, thanks for fighting the good fight against both the Nazis and those people who are unfamiliar with the Eye of Africa. And 9, how long until you think we see an RFK Jr. post from RC? I would have thought RC would be an RFK Jr. guy from the get-go, because he's always on the libertarian side, and RFK Jr. seems to really be courting the libertarians. But, yeah. Andrew VH, what's the over-under in Houston being late? Was I late? I don't think I was. I think I hit start at 2:30, but it takes like 30 seconds for it to acknowledge the existence of a show before it starts broadcasting to all of you. Alex Bishop, play a short part of episode 1. Oh, that was episode. Well, there's episode 1, and then there's live stream 1. I think live stream 1, I might have been on the road. Let's see here. Let's see what we can find. Okay, I got to go to me. Got to go there. Got to go to your channel. Got to go to, we'll do lives. Okay, that's a lot of scrolling we got to do. We got to scroll through 500 of these suckers. Okay. All right, still in the 400s. Now in the 300s. Now in the 300s. Still in the 300s. Still in the 300s. Now in the 200s. Okay, there we go. 200s, 200s, 200s. 100s. Here we go. Still scrolling. There's 100s. There is still 100s. Still 100s. There's Weird Mustache Day in the 100s. Okay, there's 29. 19, 7. Livecast 1. Okay, Livecast 1 was at home. Livecast 2 was on the road. Okay. So. Wait for that commercial thing to end. Let's see how terrible this is. Okay, so I gotta do that. I think I have to, one sec. Properties? Oh yeah. Okay. Scene. Nope. There we go. Okay. So this is episode 1. I got no graphics. I have no idea what I'm doing. A lot less doohickeys behind me. What we got?
Pretty much set up.
Oh.
Welcome to
Is it working?
Houston. We have a problem.
Is there any sound? Oh, there we go.
America and the world. I basically read some articles about the repo market and how it's going bonkers, so I decided to do a little show about it. That part of the show will be brief. A lot of people want to ask me questions, so I will answer them if they have so. Yeah, so like, subscribe, all that jazz. Follow me on Twitter at the Wooston. Let's get to it. The repo market is.
There we go. All right. All right. Let's go.
That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. We got.
Seems pretty similar.
Do you think hedge funds, insurance companies will fight paying premium, squeeze price? They won't have a choice. The DTCC and the DTC.
Oh my goodness.
DTC and all these subsidiaries.
How many times I answered this question in my life?
Released a memo a week ago that said.
All right. There we go. That's enough. We aren't. If you want to watch, you can go watch it yourself. Okay. Turn that off. Before I get, headphone head. The microphone the first time worked, and that's when it started going wonky. Is after that, and then it was like, and I had to get this fancy one, the blue tech. Okay, you get out of my way. Go back to that screen. Okay, you disappear. Out of my way. Oh my goodness, I got so much shit behind me now compared to before. Plus, dog treats. Maybe we should put dog treats there. That looks a little better. All right. So, okay. The super chat's coming, and I'm totally... Okay, did short clip of episode 1. That works. Wrong conclusion. Congrats on show 500 and intro. NASA calculating error. Tedalus sharing the shipping cost. Congrats on 500. Throw in a sticker in a pocket. I don't want to look at the stickers. When I get a sticker, I will do an envelope for you. Yeah. Spencer, I'm a piece of shit for only giving you 10 cents per episode. I owe you bigly. Well, thank you. I'm enjoying the love today. We should do a show. Maybe not a show. Maybe like I want to have an event at some point. Like, because there was the event in Florida that I went to that Pulte did, and I don't know, it didn't quite feel like how I would do an event. Plus, I would not charge people $500 to do an event. I'd probably just go to Costco and get a bunch of burgers for all of you. But I do want to do an event at some point. I don't know if it's going to be like, if MOAS takes forever, we might as well just all hang out at some point, right? So we should do a Houstapalooza. Houstafest? Houstchella? I don't know. That'd be fun. Because I enjoyed meeting everybody because I met a lot of you at the Pulte thing. And I don't remember any of your names. I remember a firefighter from Baltimore named Derek. I remember his name. And I can't remember his friend's name. And everyone else's name just... Like Sika Star. I remember Sika Star. Yeah, I would love to, like, you know, we just have a barbecue in a park somewhere, and everyone just descends on somewhere. And I'm sure we could do one post MOAS, and we can make it Long Island or something, or Dick's Halfway In. But I just want to, I don't know, I think it'd be fun to just have a meeting room at a hotel in Sheboygan. I don't know, but one of these days I'll figure out how to organize that. Anywho, where am I? What am I doing? I've got still going through the thingamajiggy. I think all of them are going to be congrats 500. Suljo, GME overnight trading suspended till 16th. News? It is weird that they're suspending overnight trading on GameStop, isn't it? It's very weird. We went up to 22 something today at one point. So like the pressure is there to keep pushing that thing up. But yeah, it's very weird. Like the specific, like we're just not going to do overnight trading until the 16th. Is that the arbitrary date when the threat of the yen carryovers ends? I don't know. But it has been a very, very positive beta that GameStop has had. Almost tied exactly to what Bitcoin is doing and to what the SPY is doing. It's very strange. It's very strange indeed. GDC, the cat distribution system, recently gifted me a juvenile tuxedo cat. His name is Goofy because he's a goofy little guy. When he grows up, he wants to be fat like Chupa Batman. Chalupa, you're inspiring cats everywhere. All you have to do, if you want to get a cheat code for getting a cat fat, is make sure the cat has asthma, and then you got to give it daily doses of prednisone. And then all they want to do is eat and drink water, and they go blip. It's pretty easy. Right, fat guy? It's a pretty simple plan. Just fill him full of steroids. And then the vet goes, your cat is really fat, and he might get diabetic, which will just be even awful with the steroids. And like, oh my God, if I have to like do insulin shots for my cat and deal with his asthma, Chalupa, I don't know what I'm going to do. So we're going to try to keep you, I don't know how we're going to keep you liposuction. I don't know. Mike Forsh, 500 episodes. Wow. Snort alert. Oh, Houston. Congrats from Germany on show 500, but I'm too tired. I will watch tomorrow. Have fun. Well, thank you. DJ's gifted 1 membership to Alarian. Congratulations, Alarian, and thank you, DJ. Keegan Murphy, happy birthday, Houston. Congrats on a 500. Mike Forsh, does the MMAT affect MMTOP anyway? Oh, yeah. MMAT is filed for bankruptcy in the U.S. as well. Uzi successfully destroyed that company. single-handedly just broke it, destroyed it, wiped everyone out. He is a colossal hunk of shit, is that guy. So, you know, their patents will get scooped up for pennies by someone. If they have any of their proprietary machinery, that will get scooped up for pennies. Just like he didn't even try. He didn't even try to be like, hey, let's make this company a thing. He took over and immediately just started dismantling everything, laying everyone off, firing everyone, stopped paying on the headquarters, letting leases lapse, closing offices, just didn't even try to like make the company work. He kicked George out specifically to destroy it as fast as he could, and just fuck that guy. What a colossal hunk of junk that dude is. If Uzi ever gets on a board of a company again, sell the stock. He's going to destroy it. That's going to be his entire goal. Someone like that should never be allowed to run a company. DJ. Gifted a membership to Confusing. Fantastic. DJ also gifted a membership to Question House. You know, Question House. I don't know if you ever asked a question, Question House. Ask a question. FordZZ9, happy birthday, and thank you. Just got to tune in, and I hope you read my other posts. This is just to say thank you for helping me hang on. Fantastic, FordZZ9. Hopefully we can get there. I've got an hour and a half to do it, so we'll see how much more I can wiggle through here. I am an hour and a half behind in the chat, but we will rock and roll. Okay, because a lot of these are just happy 500th, happy 500th. Chris Taylor's happy 500th. I'm looking forward to the next 500. Ferris gives more coordinates. Ferris did some fantastic coordinates with Algeria yesterday, so we might as well, okay, Google Earth, do your thing. Bam. Let's see where we go here. Boom, boom, boom. Don't understand this location. Did I copy it wrong? 2, 4, 5, 1, 15. Seems like that should be what? Okay, now it's writing so small. Okay. 12, 34, 27 north. 54. So maybe if I get rid of the little degree thing, it doesn't like the degree thing, maybe. Can't understand. What? Okay. Maybe if I just do all spaces. I can't. What did you understand? I hate it when it does this. It looks like a totally normal coordinate, and maybe I have to take the space out of that. And I do that. Can't understand. It's okay. So 1234 north. Boom. Where are we north? We are currently 20 north, 18, 12. 12, and then we're going to 54 east. So we're going towards somewhere into Asia. 94, 54. 54, 54, 54, 54, 17, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. Are we going to Socotra? Oh, it looks like we're going to Socotra. Where in Socotra are we going? 12, 34, 12, 34, okay. And 5401, 5401. Looks like we're up here in the mountains of Socotra, which is definitely a place I want to go to. So 12, 34, 27. 34, 27. Okay. And 5401, 0115. 0115. So it must be here in the Hazure Mountains. Must be this. That guy right there. Okay. Look at all that manganese right there. See that? Manganese is really water soluble, so when you get things like sandstone, the water leaks through and the manganese comes out. So like you go to Arizona, Utah, you see like the Navajo sandstone, the really red sandstone, you get these like black streaks come out of it. That is all manganese right there. So Socotra is one of the coolest island environments there is. It's got like baobab trees like Africa. It's got these weird ass trees, little space alien trees. It's got really cool limestone formations. It's got like hot springs. It's got all sorts of stuff. Like the sheer cliffs are beautiful. Like the geology is just bitchin'. And they're part of Yemen, but they are not like anywhere where war and stuff is going on. Look at these baobab trees. It's like freaking space aliens, right? Neom, 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 neom. Take us to your leader. It is just a weird, beautiful, complex, like rainy season. Absolutely looks gorgeous and green. That's just rocks. That's just rocks. Let's look at, we've got cooler rocks and plants and things. Like, look at these guys. On this side, these are like what, oolites, maybe? It's just such a cool, like these tabletops and these weird ass trees on top of them, little go dog go trees. Socotra is just awesome. I really, 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 really want to go here someday. Problem is, apparently, like to get there, you have to fly to Dubai, and then you buy a ticket. And sometimes the plane shows up, and sometimes the plane does not. So you have to have a lot of time on your hands to be able to go. Like, I would love to climb top of these oolites, jump off into that water, and swim around. That just looks like a really pleasant place. That's just, look at that place. I want to go here. Can I go here? Can I please? Got waterfalls. It's beautiful, like, you know, 'cause you get the orographic lift of the mountains. So you're going to get rainfall and clouds up here on the top of the mountains all the time. And that means you're going to have these little river systems, and the rest of it's just a complete desert environment. So, you know, it's just neat. Here's a wadi. So they get rain every once in a while, but cactuses and beaches and stuff. Look at that beach. Go out there, swim around, get eaten by a bull shark. Because it's really shark-infested waters. Oh my goodness. But yeah, Socotra is on the bucket list. And who owns these islands? That looks completely desolate. There is nothing. No water, no nothing. Yeah, so this is owned by Yemen, but like none of the war stuff is happening here because none of these people give a shit. They're so far removed. Like, yeah, they're Muslim, they're, you know, but they like just want to live their lives and, you know, enjoy their peaceful little island environment. But yeah, it's a very, very weird place. I want to go there so bad, so bad. I'm gonna go to Seychelles, down here, the Greenwich Seychelles. They're beautiful. So maybe we do it on the same trip. I don't know. All right. Enough of that. I got too many questions to get to, and I'm already missing things. Who am I missing? DJ gifted another membership to N9. Not N8, but N9. Matthew Greenwell. Hi, Houston. 2 known sets of fusion reactors by which starts convert hydrogen to helium. The CNO cycle and the proton cycle. Can neutrons be made by both cycles? Or just CNO? And how... Or just talk nitrogen or neutrons? And how is it made? I honestly do not remember enough to answer that question for you. So, you, like inside of a star, right? You got gravity pushing in, and it's pushing in really hard, and you have this static repulsion, so that everything's firing around really quick. So the more you squeeze in, the harder they're firing around, bouncing off each other. And eventually, at some point, they're firing around so fast that when they hit, they pass through their electron fields, and the protons go stick, and all of a sudden you go from hydrogen to helium. Now, there are hydrogen bouncing around, connecting to things. They're making like barium and Also, there's other elements. Beryllium, weird things can happen. Then you've got like weird elements that form that are uneven, so they're isotopes, and then they decay and create another element, another fundamental element out of them. So the specifics of the fusion reactions that convert hydrogen to helium, I don't remember. I'm sure in my filing cabinet yonder, I have the notes from my stellar astrophysics course that will tell me exactly that. But I have not done that work since 2004. Because in my grad studies, I was planetary. So I focused on planetary stuff, and I erased a lot of the fusion reactants things. So thank you for the super chat, but I'm going to be totally useless on exactly how that system works. I can go get let me get my stellar astrophysics book right now. Okay. I think it's in the bottom drawer, and I can't get the bottom drawer open because there's a big giant box in the way of the bottom drawer. How was that for dead time on show 500? Did the cat do anything magical during that time? I should just put on the big kitty for a second. You guys can just watch the cat. Oh, little licky man. So no, I'm useless. I might have a stellar book here. Fractional elementary, galaxies in the universe, observational astronomy, quantum. What in the world? Oh, interesting. Okay. Stellar astrophysics. Here we go. And stellar structure and evolution. These are going to be the two. I have not opened these guys in forever. Gina Prenick. Oh, man. Woo! Okay. Let's see here. We want... What? Okay, so it's not that one. What do you got here? I want references. I want index. There we go. No. 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 How in 2 stellar astrophysics books do you not list fusion? in the index. I'm going to die here. All right, thermodynamic equilibrium, hydrostatic equilibrium, stellar atmosphere, helium convection zone, hydrogen convection zone, flux filter. Seriously, neither one of these has specifics on... I know we did calculations for that stuff, but I do not remember. Okay, that is thermodynamics for stellar atmosphere size versus temperature. Amount of abundances, population 2 stars. Man. Okay, this is iron turning into titanium? Oh, electron pressure. Okay, so you can measure that via the temperatures of those two elements. Okay. This is going to be the most boring thing in the entire world for you, because all I'm doing is looking at books that all looks like space alien language to me now because it's been 20 years. Okay, well, if you want to find out, possibly read one of these 2 books. That one and that one. And now, like, I'm probably hemorrhaging viewers. So, like, show 500's a mess. What is he doing? He's looking at integrals to calculate the temperatures inside of stars. Exactly. That's what I am doing. Okay, Sadboy Incorporated. No Labs released a new prospectus today, and they changed their goal from bioRFID proof of concept to FDA approval, and it seems they have the data to pass application process. $500 price target. Grrr. That's the shit. That's what we need. I think in the next couple of months, sometime this fall, I think they're filing. They proved the process. They showed that it's consistent and accurate for vast majority, 93.73% of the time or whatever it is. And they're going to file for FDA approval. And the FDA approval for devices goes pretty quickly, namely because, like, faster than drugs. Because drugs, you test them to see if they work, right? But you also have to test them over long periods of time to see what the hell happens to people. What side effects are there? And for a device that is using non-ionizing radiation at very low voltages, you don't have to worry about that stuff. Like, there's no effect. Like, nothing's going to happen to anybody. You're just going to read this data. So, yes, $500 price target for show 500 sounds pretty good to me. I've got a couple thousand shares. I was really hoping that on June 7th I would have retirement funds and I could buy over 1 million shares, because it was like 40 cents or something. I think it's at 25 now, so even more of a screaming deal. But yeah, I wanted 1 million or more shares of No Labs, because $500 to $1,000 a share seems logical. And this is like, they probably do stock splits and things between now and when it gets to the equivalent of $500 or $1,000 a share. So if you buy 1 million shares, it might end up being 10 million shares later at $100 each, right? So that was kind of my goal, and I still haven't gotten my goal. I haven't gotten any of my goals yet. My goals are, all I need is one: just GME rocket while I'm doing my options play, and I've got great numbers of shares. 2, MMTLP, something happened. 3, BBBY, something happened. I just need one of those to do it, and then I can go buy a shitload of No Labs and rock and roll from there. For Garcia, happy 500th show, HW. We started at the bottom, and we're still there. Thank you for every single one episode. Here's to you, MOAS. Salute, Houston. Salute. Matthew Greenwell. And for nitrogen. Okay, so what is nitrogen? All right. Nitrogen gets made in the fusion process, I believe, when there's a carbon shell. So without having to go into, like, the exact mathematics of what happens in fusion, because my brain cannot remember how the neutrinos fly off and which atoms decay and how. Oh, I don't remember those things at all. I've talked to nuclear physicists about that. But inside a star, you got the first initial fusion where 2 helium atoms go smack. Sorry, 2 hydrogen atoms go smack and make helium, and then you start packing in the helium into the core. It becomes a degenerate core, is what they call it. And so it's this inert, degenerate core of all this helium that's being suspended, basically by the fact there's a whole bunch of explosions of hydrogen turning into helium around it, the pressure of gravity pulling in, and the force of the electrons not wanting to touch each other. So it's an electron degeneracy. And those electrons are pushing out, the gravity's pulling in, and you have this, like, dense helium core. Eventually, that helium core gets so large, as it grows and grows and grows, that some of those electrons, the static repulsion is overcome, and the heliums start to fuse. And you get now a core that's fusing helium with a shell that's fusing hydrogen around it. And now it's making carbon in the center. Carbon, 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 carbon. And eventually, that carbon flashes the same way the helium did, and now you're burning carbon in the core into heavier elements like oxygen and stuff. And it's called the onion model. Let's see here. Let's pull up stellar core onion. And this only happens in really large stars. A star the size of our sun might get to burning carbon, and that's probably about it. I should do image. Here we go. Okay. So, boom. Nope, not the Seychelles. We want the Seychelles to go away. Here we go. This is onion model. Oop. There we go. So the biggest, most massive stars can create an iron nickel core. They can't fuse anything bigger than iron nickel unless they go supernova. On the very outside, you got your helium burning, and then your hydrogen burning. Then you have your helium. Then you have your carbon. Then you have your neon. Then you have your oxygen, and finally your silica burning shells. And inside each one of those shells, you're having different combinations of things. Like the helium shell is helium against helium forming stuff. The carbon shell is carbon against carbon forming stuff. But also inside of that, you got carbon smacking into beryllium. You got carbon smacking into oxygen. You got carbon smacking into hydrogen, right? So you're having other things fuse with carbon inside that shell. And then in the silica burning shell, you get silica plus silica, you form iron. And then basically anything at that weight, that's as big as it gets. There's not enough energy to make iron turn anything because there's so many electrons. There's so much repulsion between the two. It's really hard to get them to squeeze together. So you're going to get nitrogen probably between the carbon and the oxygen shells. So my guess is stuff fusing with neon, stuff and decaying, things fusing with carbon forming nitrogen stuff. So you're going to get all sorts of different things in there. That's my best guess, without actually finding a textbook to explain it to me exactly. But once you get to the point where the inert degenerate iron core collapses over its electron or static repulsion, that's when you get a supernova, and everything heavier than iron is formed in that supernova, all the way up to uranium. Anything beyond uranium is man-made in the laboratories. So that's as good as I can do on that without having to actually relearn nuclear fusion. Where am I? Okay, we did fair assistant. Copy paste. Thank you for the birthday wishes, Houston. It's not easy being twins with different parents, but you guys make it worth getting out of bed every day and having sex with Playboy bunnies. Well, I'm glad you're having a good one with that. I'm happiest of 500th birthdays to you as well. Danny Motes, happy birthday. Been here since show 2. Congratulations, buddy. I have learned so much from you. Even if we don't mow ass, I'm always watching you. Is that a threat? I'm always watching you. Rose Moon, Houston, woo! It's been great watching you over the years. I've learned so much. Thanks for the added consistency to my life. My pleasure. Your friend, aloha from Wahoo. Congrats on 500. Shio! Thank you. Cook DeCapo. I'm so glad I got to watch you and learn a lot. Sent me down paths, gaining knowledge and doing work to understand better. Happy 500th, Houston. Thank you. Copy paste. Mike Foreskin. And Matt and then NextBridge Hydrocarbons are separate companies. Oh yeah, forgot to answer the NextBridge Hydrocarbons thing. It has no effect on NextBridge Hydrocarbons because McCabe purchased the debt or the credit from MMAT. So they are now completely separate from the two of them. So there's no interest that MMAT has in NextBridge. They're completely separated. They did that already. Okay. Andrew Stewart, Houston. What is the most important skill you learned in all your time in mountains, desert, plains, etc.? Most important skill. I guess probably the most important one is how to behave in a rollover accident. I mean, I've done a lot of off-roading in really sketchy places where you take a big giant like 7,000 pound truck and you should not have taken a giant 7,000 pound truck in those places, and I did it anyway. But yeah, we're almost to the 9th anniversary of me rolling the truck in the desert. We'll talk about that on August 25th. But yeah, I in 2012 I'd gone up to, I might as well bring out the Google Earth because we love our Google Earth around here. Okay, let's leave the Seychelles and let's go to Nevada. Okay, so there's a place called Union City, which, okay, it's we go south of Winnemucca, which is Grass Valley, Pyramid, Gerlach, Humboldt, Rochester, Lovelock. Okay, there's Lovelock. There's Winnemucca. So you head down I-80, and then you head down this mountain range here, south of Winnemucca. And is this Unionville? There's Unionville. Okay. So Unionville here, this is where Mark Twain had his cabin when he tried to be a silver prospector. That's not his cabin there. His cabin is... Okay, so... This house... Is this it? One of these. Is it this one? Shit. Where's the park? Park, where are you? Is it up here? Youth Park. It might be here. Yeah. I think this house here is Sandra Bullock's house. This one, if I remember correctly. And across the street from it, in this park, is not that one. The other one. This one? Nope. Is Mark Twain's cabin, if I remember correctly, in his outhouse. I peed in his outhouse. So there's Sandra Bullock's house. She is in this little ghost town. This is originally called Dixie, and this is during Civil War. And then a whole bunch of Unionists got in here, and they kicked all the Southerners out, and they renamed it to Unionville. And Mark Twain showed up. So that's his little cabin here, just in a valley north of it. So it'd be this one. Safe Haven, Nevada Historical. I want Star City. Star City. Historical marker. Is it this one? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, there's a little road here. This guy goes up here, and then Star City itself is... There we are. There's Star City. So there's some ruins here. They're pretty neat, and I had a trailer at the time, so I dropped the trailer off here. And then you go further up, and you get to a point where there's supposed to be an old mine you can get to. And I tried driving up there. And I got somewhere up here, and the road kind of disappears. It turns into what is like basically a burro trail, and the road gave way. I fell into the river with the truck, just boom, boom, and all of a sudden I'm in the river. I thought the truck was going to fall onto its roof, and I was going to be in this river and not be able to get out of the truck and just die there. And then I had to drive because I'd fallen, I don't know, 6-8 feet. So there's no way to drive out. I had to drive the river, which was pumping pretty good for it being summertime. And I had to drive this river all the way down until I got to, I think, here. And then I got out, and it was exhausting. I was terrified. Yeah, it sucked. I got out, finally drove down, picked up my trailer. It was like dark by the time I picked up my trailer. Got back down, made it all the way back down. And then right here, basically in this parking lot, right here, I set up my cot, went to sleep. I was like, fuck this, I'm exhausted. Went to sleep. And I wake up at some ungodly hour, like 4 a.m, to and a shotgun in my face and a posse of men around me. What the fuck? And they're having this conversation that's like, dude, that trailer couldn't possibly carry a heifer. So these guys, the ranchers, they had apparently, they paved this road. It was not paved before. So there you go. Sandra Bullock must have convinced the state to do that. The ranchers in the area had apparently been cattle rustling, where steers and cows are being stolen. And somebody had flagged my truck with my crappy out of the 1976 Ford Courier pickup truck bed that had been turned into a trailer full of camping gear and mining gear. And they came out to like kill me, arrest me, I don't know. And only to discover that there's no way that little trailer was going to carry a cow anywhere, and it was obvious I was not going to be robbing anybody of their cattle. So they apologized and then invited me. Where's the ranch house? Somewhere over here. There's a ranch house yonder? That's not the ranch house. Maybe in here. One of these guys. They invited me back to the ranch house for breakfast to apologize. So I had breakfast with... I think they're probably all Mormons. So it was like steak and eggs and whatnot. That was lovely. And then they went them away. But anyway, after that point, after falling in that river, thinking I was going to land on my head and die, I had all these moments of what would I do in a rollover accident? I started really thinking about it because I was gun shy at that point. And I was like, I might end up in a rollover accident one of these days in this big stupid truck. What am I going to do? And I would think about it at night as I was trying to fall asleep. I'd think about it while I'm driving. And I concluded that if I'm in a rollover, what I do not want is for the centripetal force to take my hands and head out of the window, and then I get like decapitated or my arms get chopped off, and then I live, but then I bleed out in a horrible fashion while like dismembered. I didn't want that to happen. Nothing I can do about being squished like a bug, so it rolls over and the whole roof caves in. Well, that's that. I can't do anything about that. So I concluded that if I'm going to roll over and I feel myself going over, I'm going to grab that steering wheel, I'm going to push it away from me as hard as I can and force my spine into the seat and just close my eyes and flex every muscle in my body. And then August 25th, 2015, the truck went over. I was on a dirt road, also in Nevada, in northern Nevada. Okay, there is Elko, jackpot. This should be a Jarbidge. Came down Jarbidge, went through Charleston, came down, and was cutting across somewhere in here. Be my guess. So I'm cutting across this mountain range on a dirt road, somewhere south in East Charleston. This might be it here, this road here. And I'm going around a corner, and like these ridges come down. You can kind of see, I'm not sure which corner it's going to be, but you can see these like ridge lines come down from the mountain range, and I'm going right, but the road is off camber with the ridge line, so it's groomed. It's a groomed dirt road. The county comes along and has a grooming machine, grader, and I'm going around the corner, and whatever the grading machine was left just this giant dune right in the blind corner as I'm going around, and my tires are turned ever so slightly, and they hit that thing, and I can feel the steering wheel just like spin in my hand as the wheels turn, and the back of the truck slides like it's drifting, and all of a sudden it's going over. I was only going like 40. And my brain goes, engage! And I grab that steering wheel, I push back, close my eyes, flexed, and just at least 5 times, and I landed. And I was like, and as I'm flipping, I'm having, I had a lovely meal at a place called like Amigos Mexican Restaurant in Winnemucca. A very beautiful girl waited on me. I was like, I should ask that girl out. And then like the thoughts go to like, flashes of your life and everything. And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to know what it's finally like to die being decapitated. Wonder how long my head is going to maintain thoughts in watching this all happen. And I just, I was accepting death. It was really the first time in my life that I was like, yeah, I'm about to die. And I landed and I opened my eyes and I was upright. I was like, huh, I'm not dead. My head seems attached. No blood. Huh, I'm alive. Weird. I'm probably in shock. So I probably have like, pieces of metal and stuff sticking through me and just cannot acknowledging the fact that I'm in the process of dying. But no, I lived. The truck was smushed like a pancake. And for some reason, I was still alive. And I'd not seen a car in 4 hours. I come out of Jarbidge. Jarbidge up here is the most remote. That's not Jarbidge. Jarbidge is here. Jarbidge is the most remote settlement in the lower 48. Like the people who live here are something like 150 miles from the next human being. This is the most remote town in America, the lower 48. And once I left Jarbidge, I saw no one. not a soul. I get down here in Charleston. There's an old hotel for some reason out here that is completely abandoned. Is this it? That's part of a ranch. Yeah, there's like these old ghost town, schoolhouse, things like that. There's somewhere along here is an abandoned hotel. This might be it. I saw a cougar here. It scared the shit out of me. If that's where it is. But anyway, yeah. I don't know why I'm going off on that tangent. But I'd say the most useful thing I learned is how to survive a rollover accident without your body flying out the window and chopping your arms off. So, grab that steering wheel, push it away from you, flex every muscle in your body, and close your eyes, and accept death. That's the best you can do. So, that's Houston's solution to... I might as well show the pictures. I already talked about it, so I may as well go. Oops, wrong one. Trying to turn off you, because we talk about it once a year. So, Noosphere Geologic. It has sheet metal because I do not. There we go. There. That's the truck. That was what I survived right there. It's a big F-150. Went very smush. And if we scroll down to... This is the abandoned little hotel thingy. Had like love couches, and then a giant cougar ran out from under it and scared the piss out of me. Yeah, this is the truck. This is right here. It kept smashing on the passenger side and not the driver's side. And so if I had a passenger, the roof was literally in the seat of the passenger seat. Like if I had a passenger, if a monkey butt had been there, hopefully she would have flown out the window and been fine. If not, she would have been squished like a grape. I had a 70-pound deep cell battery I would use to power an electric water pump. So when I go out to like streams and rivers, and that thing flew out of the roof like a ballistic mortar, and I don't know how many hundreds of feet it went in the air, but I found it later. Yeah, then this is just a minute or two, 5 minutes, 6 minutes after the accident. The first truck all day came along, and I was on my hands and knees looking for my glasses because I couldn't find them, and this first truck all day came along, and I wandered out, and I was like, "Stop!" The dude's like, "How are you alive?" I'm like, "I don't know." He's like, "Are you injured?" I'm like, "I don't know. I might be in shock." And he like triaged me, and I was fine. And he just started like collecting things off the road, because this is the corner that I came around here, and I rolled. It was like hundreds of feet, it seemed, and everything was just sprayed everywhere. So he started just collecting stuff and like putting it in the bed of the truck. And he found my cell phone. He found a bag of clothes. He found my computer, which had been just destroyed. They gave me a ride into Elko, and got me in contact with the sheriff's office. I could report the accident. Just, yeah, it was bonkers. Just bonkers. Like, there's his hands. That's my hero right there. Dumping things. There's a sluice box. Here's all my food rocketed out the back window. All my food was everywhere. And then over on this side is where it blew out the roof. The battery, just nuts. And the door open was the thing that surprised me the most. Just open right up. I have to kick it out and everything. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, just a absolutely wild friggin'. Yeah. Do I have a picture of... I might have it on my phone. I don't know if I have a picture of the debris field that I put it here. Did I? Maybe not. Oh yeah, here's all there's the battery. That's the battery that rocketed out of the roof of my truck. And my guess is if somebody had filmed this thing, they would have seen this like black object probably go like hundreds of feet in the air and then land again. It was totally fine. So, yeah. I'll say that's the most important thing I learned in the mountains, is how to survive that. Because, I mean, how else are you going to survive it? When the tow truck picked up the truck, which was the next day, I followed them back to junkyard, and before they let me like go through the truck and get out my belongings, these two big Indian guys, they're like, "Brother, we just want to tell you, you're indestructible." And I was like, "Huh?" They're like, "We've been doing this job a long time, and we have never seen a rollover like that was not absolutely bathed in blood." I was like, "Cool." Yeah. Goodness gracious. All right. True Seeker 500. Congrats, Houston. It was evolution over the years of GME, and you rose to the top for me with both exceptional insights and offering so much more. The cream does rise to the top. Thank you. Sad boy, Houston, careful. Cougars are dangerous animals. The last cougar that pounced on me gave me herpes. Oh, I missed some. Did I miss another? I did. I missed a gift. Okay. Javier gifted 20 memberships. David Brooks got one. Daphne got one. Mr. JJ, Matthew Thompson, Brandon Wells, I'm not your friend, Larry Dubs, Aaron Boss, Shadowbane, David Wright, Mantan, Mr. Lasuna, Sometimes Sommelier, Tampa Bay Buckeye, Keith Dixon, Cody Chandler, Hazel A, Anthony G, Kong Fuzi, Tom Zock E. All got memberships out of that one. Thank you so much, Javier. Goodness gracious. Right on. Show 500, Kitty. Yeah, look at you, 500 pounds. That helps, right? Oh, yes. See, the fat cat, he loves belly rubs and will not attack you. You can belly rub him all day long, and he'll just sit there and take it. Other cats, you touch that soft zone, and they're going to murder you. But fat cat, he can't do a sit-up and get you anyway if you wanted to. Colin, happy 500. Glad to be here. Thank you. Fabrizio, if 500 is not from Eye of Africa, just shut it down. Casa 500 says Flight Guy 99. Baby Brand, the older you get, the faster time goes by. Enjoy your days. Try to do something new when possible. Helps make the day last longer and breaks you out of the autopilot zombie routine. As good advice as anything. Go for long walks. That's the thing that go for walks. You can go for walks in places you've seen. You can go for walks in places you haven't visited yet. When you slow down and you like walk through a neighborhood, you may have driven past that neighborhood a bunch of times, but you walk through it and you're like, oh, look at that tree. Look at that little house. That's a cool little thing. That's a fun dog. That's my advice. Walk and just see the sights. Michael Steegs, Houston. Concerning the problems with the Japanese yen, did the family funds buy bonds, which devalued, or did they just lend money? Can you explain more what to expect? My guess is family funds probably borrowed money in Japan. So they borrowed to Japanese banks and they borrowed money, right? Or they bought bonds, a whole bunch of bonds, and then they borrowed against those bonds. Those are the two ways to do it. Either way, low interest rates, get a whole bunch of money, low interest rates, you're cool. And then they bought a whole bunch of stock with that money in the U.S., or they put it into savings accounts and earn just regular interest rates in the U.S. And the problem is the Japanese yen was losing value. So you could take some dollars and then easily pay back your loans in Japanese yen in Japan. But then all of a sudden the Japanese yen strengthened by like 10% in a month. And all of a sudden, once it strengthened by 10%, everybody had their money in the US. They weren't making 10% on their plays, they're making 5%. They're all underwater and they go, oh shit. So they have to sell everything and go back to Japan and close this stuff out before they lose any more. If interest rates drop in the US and the returns get lower in the US and more comparable to the returns in Japan, they also have to get out and pay off their loans as fast as they can before they get destroyed. So those are the two ways. They either borrowed money in Japan or they bought bonds in Japan and then borrowed against those bonds. Kyle Garibaldi. If skyscraper commercial real estate sinks, what prevents someone from buying it and modifying it into housing and make money off of that? Nothing, right? Just takes a bunch of money at the start. I've talked to folks who actually do this work, and the big problem with it is the way the utility layouts are for office buildings are different than for residential units. So if you're going to do the conversion, you have to start rerouting plumbing through these buildings in different spots, because usually you have like a bathroom per floor, maybe like a little kitchen, and that's about it, right? So if you're going to have multiple units on each floor, you're going to have to rework the plumbing for all of that so that you have multiple bathrooms in each unit. So you maybe need 10 bathrooms per floor rather than one male, one female bathroom, right? So that starts to get kind of expensive. So you have the structure there, but you need to reroute all the utilities in order to make that happen, as well as go in and put up walls and do that stuff. So yeah, that seems to be the big issue for doing those conversions. But yeah, if you can get the tower, say you get a 40-story tower for $8 million, right? So you just bought this thing for like pennies on the dollar. Then maybe you can get the funding to do the conversion much more easily. Or that land alone during boom times, that piece of property, regardless of the building in there, might be worth $100 million for that acre of land that the tower is sitting on. So that could be like, you can be like, oh, fuck the building, we'll just blow it up and have a vacant piece of land we can sell when the boom times come. I don't know. So that's probably the way. I don't think we're going to see office use ever return to what it was pre-pandemic. I just don't see that happening. It is too easy for people to work from home and get the job done and not ever have to like commute. Save themselves a couple hours a day. I just don't see it happening. Colin started looking at short real estate ETFs again, maybe DRV or SRS. Yeah. Doug Kitch, any hope for MMTLP? Oh yeah. They're getting done with their 10Ks. They're going to be filing an S1 at some point. And I think the S1 is going to be a way of holding a gun to the SEC and be like, look what we can do unless you fix this. So, Flight Guy 99 called Xfinity, said no promises in her dial-up today. I am almost 2 hours behind. Brandon, happy 500. Thanks for helping to pass the time with something besides thumb twiddling. Scott Pollen, HW, been a while. Just got back from Alaska. Big glacier lake washout and Mendahal Glacier flooding parts of Juneau. I saw pictures. It is crazy. They are underwater in Juneau, man. Yeah, there's a big glacial lake burst in Pakistan too, just last week. So the glaciers are dying. Congratulations, everybody. Yay. And Scott Pollen, check out this wild landslide scar. Wait a minute. No. Nice try. Nice try. That's South Africa, you ding dong. I'm not going there. Fool me 10 times. I'm the fool. I know that. If I see -11, I know exactly where you're taking me. 469, there we go. Happy birthday, Houston. I'm starting to get really spooked that the only people still kicking the BBY play are maggots, MAGA Qers. Give me some hope and some good news. There's a lot of them in it. That's for sure. I mean, I think the meme stock, how would I say this? The meme stock environment, the meme stock play itself naturally attracts such a crowd. Because it involves a conspiracy, right? The conspiracy is we've got market makers, broker dealers, hedge funds colluding together to destroy these companies via naked short selling. Now, we get gaslit like crazy on it, right? We go, hey, look at all this naked short selling, look at all these, securities sold, not yet delivered, right? Look at the companies that have shown to have millions of more shares trading than should exist. We have evidence for it. And when you approach someone like FINRA or the SEC, they go, no, that's not what's going on. You're crazy. And they gaslight you. So a lot of people can get easily gaslit and they go, oh, I guess I'm crazy. And then they wander away. Then there's the people who are conspiracy theorists who get told they're wrong all the time and they're just stubborn assholes. And they double down. So they're naturally going to be in this group anyway, regardless of the gaslighting, because they're going to be like, the Earth's flat. And you can show them a million times Earth isn't flat. And they're still going to hold true to the Earth being flat, right? I think there's a natural part of people who are conspiracy minded who are going to be in this whole movement. I think we've got the evidence on our side. I think we've shown time and time again via bankruptcy cases, lawsuits, fines from the SEC for doing exactly this, right? So I think we are in the right on this one. So yeah, there's a lot of them. The BBBY case is going to be quite interesting in that it appears the judge is alluding to the fact that there is an acquirer. Someone has acquired the shell of BBBY, and that he wants to get this thing wrapped up, all these cases wrapped up by the end of August, so that whatever can reemerge can reemerge in September. I think we've had weird coincidences and glitches where, like just the other day, DK Butterfly became DK GME Butterfly and had the exact same stock identifier number as GameStop. But for some reason, the GME DK one was worth $20 million a share. So, just weird stuff, man. Weird stuff indeed. Alexander K, happy 500th birthday, Houston. Alexander K, thank you for my 500th episode intro. And my other intros. They're fantastic. Even the Chupa Batman intro, which I did not play. But he got a little intro, doesn't he? Shall we do a Chupa Batman intro? Because you're here? Woo. Oh, the belly guy. We got to the belly guy. Oh, the belly guy. Yes. Oh, you're just a little dude. Yes. That's you. The most exposed nipples of any cat I've ever seen in my life. Even like cats who've had kittens don't have nipples that are as prominent as this cat. Purple Walnut says banana. Lisa saw happy cake day, Houston. Recent Olympic host cities like London, Tokyo, and Paris have good public transport. How will LA 2028 fare? Are athletes and spectators supposed to take Uber everywhere? That is a good question, because there's basically like one kind of small subway line, a pretty terrible bus system, and it's not very walkable. I mean, it did in '84, so my guess is to truly make it work, you gotta constrain as many events into one local area as you can, which you have the Staples Center and that whole area there, so that can work out. Yeah, that's a good question. Now, prior to the 1950s, Los Angeles had a gigantic and expansive subway system. It went everywhere. I wonder if we can find a subway map. 1940s LA subway map. Here we go. This, you can't see what I'm doing. This was the subway map of Los Angeles in 1941. Isn't that crazy? Now there's one subway line. One. In the whole city. And what happened? Well, General Motors and Firestone, because a lot of the subways were privately owned, their easements and stuff that they managed to get. They're privately owned, trolleys, streetcars, all over the country. You could, with the old trolley network in the U.S., you could hop from trolley to trolley from New York City to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on nothing but streetcars. That's insane. So if, nickel at a time, you could get yourself to Pittsburgh and back on nothing but streetcars. They all got destroyed in the 1940s and 50s by GM and Firestone, because GM wants to sell cars, Firestone wants people to wear out their tires, right? And so they colluded together to buy up all of the private rail lines they could across the United States. Here in Seattle, we had streetcars everywhere. They bought up the rail lines, they closed them, then they paved the rail lines into streets. And then all of a sudden it was full of cars. There was a class action suit brought by the U.S. government against GM and Firestone, in which GM and Firestone were found guilty. And for destroying our public infrastructure, they were fined $5,000. So if you were in LA in the 1940s, you could hop on rail lines all over the city. You could get all over the place. It's absolutely insane how far. East Los Angeles into downtown, up to Highland Park, up to Melrose, up to Sunset, right? Like you're in Hollywood up here. You're on subway lines, all the way down to South LA, Watts, Huntington Park, Hawthorne. They were all connected. Culver City, right? Park Mesa, Beverly Hills. You can almost get to Beverly Hills with the rail lines. Just bonkers. And then GM and Firestone just shut them all down. There's still huge subway networks in Los Angeles that are just abandoned and they're closed off. And you'll see them show up in like TV shows and movies and things. There's a couple of episodes of Bosch where they film, like, there's a plot line about the abandoned subway lines and the old abandoned stations. And they're beautiful, like Art Deco stations and stuff that are completely abandoned. But I had an idea, and I wrote a letter to the Obama administration in 2009 about this, because they had seized General Motors, right? They had taken control of General Motors, and General Motors, as far as I know, still owns these lines. And I wrote to the Obama administration, I was like, look, Obama administration, give these lines to the city of Los Angeles. Give these lines to the city of Pittsburgh. Give the lines to Detroit. Like, all these cities where these easements were bought up by Firestone and General Motors, you can give them back to these cities, and they can go in, retrofit the tunnels, because tunnels are expensive to build, so you just retrofit them, and you can put in new lines and open up the subways again. How hard would that be? No one listened to me. And then they sold off GM and made themselves a profit. But just imagine if, like, in 2009, the U.S. government just gave Los Angeles all of these easements back. And all they had to do is just lay line, and they're good to go. They don't have to dig holes or anything. It's a bummer. But as far as 2024, how are they going to get around? Beats the hell out of me. Lots of Ubers, renting cars, getting stuck in traffic. That's probably what's going to happen. Martin Weiss. When we are driving and I see a bunch of cows, I always say, look, a flock of cows. One of the kids will say, herd of cows, Dad. Me, of course, I've heard of them. There's a flock of them right over there. The Germans with the pun jokes. Oh my gosh. Adam Davey, Kretzel 500, thank you. Lisa Saw, did we talk about the No Lab share offering at 26 cents per share? We grabbed some at 23. Yeah, yesterday I mentioned it. No Labs is now selling another 3 million. My guess is they're setting up for FDA approval. And if they get FDA approval, they're going to have factories lined up to start mass producing this stuff. So they're probably talking with vendors about how to set up assembly lines to make these things, because they have to make tens of millions of them, right? Because people all over the world, there's hundreds of millions of people around the world who have diabetes who need the monitoring. So you're going to set up to build at least tens of millions of them to start selling. And you're going to want to do it as fast as possible because you want to take that market share from all the other people who have invasive monitors and thumb pricking and things like that. You want to take it as fast as you can and go. So you can start getting those subscription fees from the insurance companies. So that's my guess, is that they're piling up cash to do exactly that. Don Van Dude Award. 500 episodes of the Wooston. Holy smokes. You're still looking fresh, just as in episode 1. Hope we don't need another 500 to go to the moon. All the best. Thank you. Martin Weiss, Houston's mind ablaze. 500 shows. Fill his head. Lizard brain remains. Jiminius, Houston. Saw you got a new kitten. Just welcome to Silver Maine Coon Kitten in my home. Never thought I'd enjoy being a cat dad. Her name is Daji, and she's a curious and playful little cuddle bug. Our Maine Coon, the one my roommate just moved out with, Calypso, she was such a sweetheart. There's nothing ill about that cat. She was just like, I am happy to be here. I'm happy to play with you. I'm happy to stare at you. I'm happy to be scratched by you. Just instant, like, you just go touch her, just purr, 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 purr. So I'm hoping the new kitten, Imuna, works out well. I don't think my roommate's home with her. I think he went to his friend's house and brought her along. His friend has like 6 cats, and so I think he's like, I've never had a cat. Let's learn how to have cats. So he's learning that stuff. Murph Turf Studios. Glad to be here for the epic threshold you are crossing. Is this your Rubicon? What's your favorite ice cream treat? My favorite ice cream flavor is chocolate chip mint, or mint chocolate chip, however you want to phrase that. My favorite ice cream treat is I like dark chocolate ice cream bars. And about once a week, when the weather's nice, Monkey Butt and I take a walk. It's about almost 2 miles to get to the Jiffy Mart in Rollingbay, and where I buy a dark chocolate Haagen-Dazs, and I eat that, and then we walk home. It's a lovely walk through a nice quiet neighborhood, and chocolate is delicious. Okay, buddies here. Justin Stewart, happy 500. Thank you. Andrew VH, best I got is birthday suit. Happy 500, Houston. Justin Stewart, I think they solve MMTLP now that they won't have to do anything with the short MT shares. I mean, that stuff may exist as zombie shares at this point, so who knows what would happen to that stock if they do solve it. I still think there's weird things that can happen, even in the bankruptcy. Murphy Turf also says, planning to come to Portland soon. I would love to buy you some tacos and pick your brain. I haven't done a Portland trip in a while. When was the last time I went to Portland, Kitty? I think it was when I bought a Porsche Cayenne at auction a couple of summers ago. And they said it was run and drive, and it was not run and drive. The engine was completely blown. So I went all the way down to Portland on the train, only to discover that I had to get back on the train and head back to Seattle and tell the auction house to stuff it and give me money back. And they did. They were good about that. Yeah, so it's been a couple of years since I've really been to Portland. That might have been the last time I went to a movie. I think was at before Furiosa was in Portland. I went to it because I had to wait for the train, and it was like 3 hours till the train came. So I went and saw some Marvel film. Might have been a Thor or something. Yeah, I think that was the previous time I'd actually been to a movie theater. But yeah, Portland trip would be good. There are a few people in Portland I'd love to see. Okay. Like I want me to wear my mesh shirt. Wouldn't that be great? Ratster, I made try to pass relationships as x-axis and y-axis. That one happened yesterday. That joke happened yesterday, right? The Ratster. Bye, Tyler. Congrats on 500. I started because of BBYQ, but stuck around because of your wisdom and monkey butt. Hope to shred Japan soon. Oh, to preach your power would be wonderful. Kevin Lush is here. And now Anul Fauzi is here. Jethro saying congrats 500. Hazel A is congrats 500. Okay, buddy says Murph and Turf, don't pick his brains, pick his nose. Galenas, congrats 500. Always love listening to your insights on a variety of topics. You smart. Stephanie L, 500 thank yous to you. Literally are my main entertainment these days. Your gym. Let's get rich. Oh my goodness. Let's just one of these things, man. I just need one to rock it so hard. Michael Hero, can you come up with 500 things you call Uzi of Mehmet? Probably all of them just involve like douchebag, fuckface, turd nugget, butt goblin, asshole, shit for brains, shit stain, sucky McGee, lame-o, Shill McShillington, just a lot of them. Chica Shukla, thoughts on Joe Rogan talking shit about Tim Walz? That's what Joe Rogan does, right? That's Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan will believe anything the person in front of him tells him. He is like a weird, malleable piece of clay. So if the person in front of him is like, Tim Walz, stolen valor, he'll be like, Tim Walz, stolen valor. The next person comes along and tells him, Tim Walz is a national hero. He'd be like, Tim Walz is a national hero. He is too dumb to formulate any coherent thoughts of his own and must spend all of his energy being told what to think. That is, I think, Joe Rogan's entire contribution to society is just going, wow, man, that's crazy. Whenever someone tells him something that's completely batshit and impossible, he goes, whoa. And that's so, like, Joe Rogan also said he's going to vote for RFK, and now he's pissed off Donald Trump, and Donald Trump's like, Joe Rogan's going to get booed the next time he goes to MMA event, and whatever. I would go on Joe Rogan's podcast one day just to explain to him how wrong he is about everything. Fungusaur, Houston, what's the first passion project you're going to tackle after MOAS? Love your show, thanks. Ooh. I mean, depends on the level of MOAS win, right? Like, if it's enough to retire, then I'm gonna start just traveling, right? Just do that. If it's enough to retire plus buy a dream home, you know, things like that, then I'll probably be like, okay, real estate agent, find me a house that fits these things, and let's get this thing moved. I'm gonna go travel. If it's I am an oligarch type money, then I'm going to figure out how to give most of it away to improve the lives of people who have, I think, made my life better, right? I would love to start a foundation. I think I would call it the I Like You Foundation, that sort of gives something similar to MacArthur Genius Grant. You don't have to be a genius. You have to be someone that just I appreciate. And it could be someone in my life who helped me, someone who does charitable work that I think should get some sort of reward or benefit. It could be someone who I follow their Twitter account and they make me laugh my ass off every single day. I've never met them in my life, but here's a grant for every time I read something you write, I feel better, right? So something like that. That's if I have oligarch type money. Because there's only so many 1980s shit boxes I can buy, and traveling has a pretty set expense ratio. Cost money to get places. I don't need to be in like 5-star hotels and getting massages. I just want to meet people, eat good food, and see sights that I've always wanted to see. I don't need to like do it in a private jet or anything. Just put me on a plane. I don't care. I can fall up on a ball and read a book. So I would like to give most of it away. Find charities I like, things like that. So, but passion project wise, other than traveling, I go the easy way, and I could like buy something like an Earth Roamer, or I could do it would probably be the fun project way, which is buy like a 1980s or early 90s Toyota Sunraider and badassify that thing. That'd be fun, jack it up, drop in a modern engine, come and swap or something, and then trick out the inside and do all that work. That'd be really fun. That would be a fun project to do. Other than that, I'd get in that sucker and I would drive North America. I would say, hey, who's in this region? And if you guys chime in, I will meet you for lunch. That'll be the passion project. What do you think, Fatso? Do you think you would like to go for a ride, or would I have to leave you at home and with some sort of cat sitter? Huh? Oh, I don't know if I'd want a kitty litter in my 4-wheel drive RV though. Martin Weiss, how do you know when your clock is still hungry? It goes back 4 seconds. Chris Taylor's here. Sir Bartha says Big 500. Okay, buddy likes the intro. Plane crash in Sao Paulo. Uh-oh. Brazilian plane crash outside Sao Paulo kills 61. Uh-oh, what kind of plane? Not a very big plane. Might be a Bombardier or something if it's holding 61. Passenger plane carrying 61 outskirts of Sao Paulo Friday afternoon, killing everyone on board, according to a statement issued by Voepass. Dramatic footage circulating on social media showed the plane's fall and its destroyed fuselage in flames on the ground. Company regrets to inform all 61 people. Flight 2283 died. ATR 72-500. Twin engine turboprop. Okay, so it's a prop plane. So yeah, not a very big one. Still no confirmation on what happened with the accident. Social media videos showed the plane spiraling out of the sky. Oh my goodness. Man. Oof. Left the state of Parana en route to Guarulhos in Sao Paulo state. Man. That sucks. Bummer. Like I said in productions, happy 500 Houston. My fish wears a mattress. Now do 500 pants. White hat like the dress from Halloween when I was a pretty bitty butterfly. 500 double intros. Aaron Zelting, what a journey has been. 500 shows. Congrats, Houston. Also, what's happening with No Labs? Saw filing today. Their filing is to sell more shares. I think they filed it yesterday. I think when I got the email saying they'd done it. So they're selling more shares, another $3 million worth or so. But yeah. Don C. Shadem says Alexander is amazing. Jeff Stewart liked the intro. And Michael Harrow, how many double intros you think he's done? I haven't done every show, so there's not 500 of them. What's the longest streak I had? I think the longest streak I had was like 11 days when I was paying attention to it. Before I messed up. So let's say 100 double intros, Kitty? Maybe 200? I'm going to err on my side and say I did only 100 double intros. That's what, I don't know what the actual number is. Was that a Tinkerbell outfit? No, that was when I was a pretty butterfly for Halloween. Just a 500 shows, 2,000 intros. Okay, buddy. Alexander, who made this intro? Alexander K. He's there, right there below you. Don Key Punch. Bought another 1,000 shares of No Labs yesterday at 20 cents. Just realized I'm on this account. I have too many Gmails. Okay. Kevin Lush. Awesome intro. Looked like you were trying to walk like an Egyptian. Yes, Alexander did an awesome job. Oh, did I miss? No, I got that one. Okay. So I'll make sure I got all the super chats here. Dawn Key Punch. Love the intro. Okay, buddy says excellent intro. Oh, and there's a reset of the chat. That means I gotta scroll up to all of these. Goodness gracious. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Oh my gosh. I am not gonna get through all the. Oh, maybe I just got cut off there. Okay. So did that one. Did that one. Where's Donkey Punch? That was the last one I did. I lost. Did I just lose it entirely? Oh, I did. It got cut off. So anyone who commented before 2:36 p.m., you're gone now. That's how far behind I am. Okay. Liking the shirts. D says congratulations. Steve Hagen liked the intro. Owen Saunders, much appreciated, pal. Been here since the start, and I'll continue to be here. Thank you for all your time and knowledge. New favorite intro. I will make it to Wales one of these days. I'll have to make it to a Wrexham game, right? That's the hip thing to do. Shaney, happy Big D. 500 in Roman. GG says congrats. Fred Jones, happy 500 show. Mr. JJ, what's your take on the British race riots? The Nazis in Britain are going to get their ass kicked and go to prison. That's my take on it. It was all like, it started out of a lie. So yes, some little girls got attacked and it was horrible. They said it was an immigrant. It was a legal immigrant. It was a guy who was born in Wales who did it. Like, just it was all racist. And what spiraled out of control was not like fighting for something honorable. It was fighting for a racist lie, and then they like hurt people. And don't hurt people. That's not the way to do it, you Nazis. So, a bunch of them are going to prison though, which is going to be great. It'll clear the streets for a while, and that should help out folks in the UK, or I should say England, because everything happened in England, not in other parts of the UK. It was England where all that racist shit was happening. Joseph DeSantis, congrats on 500, and I hope we don't reach another 500 due to us being on permanent vacation. I like it. Marvin G says 2026 box office to beat all-time 2019 record highs. From your lips to God's ears, I guess. Mr. JJ, if I send a self-undressed dog cage, can I take monkey butt? No. Guts for long term. Houston about to get 800 envelopes once word spreads. Hey, if I get 800, then you know what? If I run out of stickers and I run out of gifts for Michael Mystery, then I will definitely have 800 Valpak coupons I can send you. 800 receipts from the grocery store. I don't know. Whatever. You'll get something in your envelope. Chalupa is a total unit. This guy is a chunk. Yes, you are. You are just a fat little chunk. Yeah. Oh, just such a little dude. Little black hole right there. James Danker liked the intro. Alarian, I'm a few minutes back, and Chalupa Batman is intently watching you open that hoodie thing. Were you watching me open the hoodie thing? Were you? You little six-fingered weirdo? Yeah. Schrodinger's Jackal. Hello, H-Town. Do you think Mike Rocherts could jump into the GME game? My crotch hurts. Oh, God damn it. Every time. See more butts. Amanda hug and kiss. Bend over. My crotch hurts. Mark Sloan, happy 500th show. Alex Bishop, happy 500. Wrong conclusion. James Tinker. And you may see it again. Great intro. Oh, you will get the intro. I'll do it before I leave. Daphne's here. She was here a little late, but that's okay. Side box like the intro. She says happy 500. Dr. Spurgeon, the Sturgeon Surgeon. My favorite episode is when you had to eat that horrible Hot Pocket. It was excruciating to watch in the best way possible. I don't count those as like traditional live shows. That's the New Year's something new I've never had before. I have no idea what my new I've never had before meal is going to be. It'll be something probably from the frozen food section or whatever. What have I done? I've done Hot Pocket, pizza bagels. Actually, pizza bagels are pretty good. I'll be honest. I like pizza bagels. And White Castle burgers, the frozen White Castle burgers. I don't know what this year's will be for New Year's. Kitty, maybe we'll go to like where they sell New Year's. Do New Year's first. It's like some island in the Pacific. Who is first to celebrate New Year's? Kiribati. So maybe we'll go to Kiribati and we'll eat whatever the Kiribati eat. We'll do that for New Year's if there's a MOAS and I can afford to get the Kiribati out on the equator. All right. DM says happy 500 to me and the big dog. Well, big dog's not here. The monkey butt's the medium-sized dog. Big dog's at my sister's house. Mr. JD looks good for 500 years old. Visio guy, oof. 500 intro at 1.5 speed. Nice work. But now I'm exhausted. Thursday Productions. You probably won't get this, but the recession is affecting the Sturgis Rally. There are openings at campgrounds, motels, hotels. Never have seen that in the past. Weather is great here. Interesting. I haven't been to Sturgis. Last time I was at Sturgis was 2012, so it's been a while since I've been to Sturgis. My friend Jessie, whose family has the lodge in Sturgis, she's not there. She's at the Olympics right now. And she's having a great time at the Olympics. Her and her husband, so her husband's in a wheelchair, and as a result, like they won, because you go into a lotto for tickets, they won tickets to like 30 events. And yesterday at the gold medal around for the skateboard pool, the gold medal winner gave her husband his skateboard. Like how freaking awesome is that? They've gone to equestrian. They were at water polo today. They were at the track and field. I think they saw the 400 gold medal one. They saw the 100 gold medal. They went to gymnastics one of the days. They were at swimming for one of them. Like they got to go to so many. They were breakdancing. They got to see the U.S. They were the U.S. championships for breakdancing were here. So they went to that, and then they went to breakdancing at the Olympics as well. So that's pretty cool. I would love to go to the Olympics. I I love watching Olympics. Ron Weiss, another secret to staying young is challenging your brain by trying new stuff, surrounding yourself with people who might not agree. That is true. I do that all the time. I argue with people constantly, if you haven't noticed. Alex F, show 500 equals $500 a share incoming. Perfect. Martin Weiss also, so what are the most memorable rants? I love the COVID one. Came straight from the heart. I went on a rant once. It was a couple years ago, but it was basically someone was being transphobic and just homophobic in the comments, and I went on a rant about that, and then, you know, centered my chi and moved on. And then a couple weeks later, I got a letter from a trans woman and a letter from a trans man, two different people, and honestly made me cry. You know, I love having the post office box because I get letters from you, and you know, I got like 2 hate mails the entire time, but so many letters from you folks that are just lovely. And these 2 letters basically were like, I've never seen someone like you who's defended someone like me. That was basically the comment that I got from both of them. And I cried reading them. Life is hard enough if you're trans to like be surrounded by people who are just, you know, see you as nothing but like a pedophile or nothing as like just a monster who shouldn't be in society, and you're just trying to live your life, right? And when I encounter somebody online who is like vehemently anti-trans, I ask them a hypothetical question, which is, if suddenly you woke up tomorrow morning and you were in the opposite body, if you're a dude, you woke up and you found yourself in the body of a woman, right? Would you try to change back, or would you accept your fate and live as a woman? And I'll be honest, it is a gotcha, because if they say like, no, I'll just live as a woman, like, congratulations, you've always wanted to be a woman. Or if they say, no, I would change back, then you are for transitioning, right? You can see enough scientific data that shows that people who are trans, their brains are more similar to the gender they want to be than the gender that their physiology presents. You can see the brain chemistry is different, the brain makeup is different, and it's proven time and time again. I do think there are people who are confused. That happens. I do think that sometimes it's a response to trauma, right? I know some non-binary who were born women, and it seems to me that their being non-binary is a direct result of sexual trauma they received, that they just sort of want to make themselves asexual so they don't have to deal with the threat of being sexualized and abused again. I do think that there are outliers outside of that are beyond, like, you're born in the wrong body. You were born intersex when you were an infant, and the doctors or your parents made a choice and you grew up the wrong one. There are people that have, that are XY born into a female body, people that are XX born into a male body. There's XXY, there's XYY, there's XXX, there's XOX, there's so many combinations of genealogy in the body. Genes are programming, and sometimes the programming and error gets written into the code and it just comes out different. And, just let people live their life. Like, people live in their life the best way they know how has no effect upon you. It doesn't. It has no effect upon you. If somebody was born a man and they feel like they're in the wrong body, and the only way they can live happily is to present as a woman or change your sex and gender, cool. It doesn't bother me in one way or the other. It's how you live. You do you. If how you live hurts people, that's when I have a problem with it. If how you live is that person shouldn't exist and they should be murdered, or they should be punished, or they should lose their rights, that's when I have a problem with how everything goes. There's a large group of religious people who the religion says you can't do this, and okay, then you as a member of that religion, you don't do that. Cool. But if you're a member of that religion and they say that I can't do that, well, fuck you. I can do whatever the hell I want. I'm not a member of a religion, so screw you, right? And I think that is a large problem in this nation, is that you have folks that adhere to a religion, which by all means adhere to your religion. I don't care. But the minute they say I can't do something because of their religion, that's where I've got problems. And I'm sort of getting off on my tangent here, but I think the response I got from people whose lived experience is on the other side of the trans issue, like people who are actually trans, in that they've never seen someone like me defend them on a platform like this before. That got me in the feels, and a lot of things I come to have become from my own experience, right? Like that's the easiest thing for humans to do, is like, I've experienced this thing, I can talk about it. But trying to put yourself into the shoes of other people, that's the empathy. That takes work. It takes imagination. It takes trying to think about someone else's experience, asking them about their experience, reading about their experiences, and try to picture what your life would be like if you had to live through that. And that's the best we can do for people, is try to figure out what lived experience made people the way they are. How were they born? What environment they grew up in? And you can read stats, like the most targeted group of people in the entire world are trans people. They have the highest suicide rates, the highest murder rates, the highest abuse rates. It is insane. Homeless rates. If you are a trans kid in the United States of America, there's like a 60% chance you'll be homeless by 18, or before you're 18. They get kicked out of their homes. Like, no one's like, oh, wouldn't it be great to get kicked out of my home to make this choice? That's not what they do. Like, I don't know. Where am I going with this, cat? I'm just saying that as far as rants go, that was the one that I felt like people who needed support from someone who looks like me, I was able to give them that support. And I don't know, that was probably my favorite rant, and I'm kind of doing the rant now, but much more calm than the other one was. I was like, fuck you. Yeah. I've got 2 minutes. Oh man. Okay. So 2 minutes, and I can do a couple more. I'll scroll to the bottom. I'm sorry if I'm missing like an hour and a half worth of, I am so far behind. I'm missing so many chats. I'm not sure a lot of them are happy 500, happy 500, happy 500. Jim Fusing says maybe an event like Burning Man without the Burning Man and much less weirdness. Camping somewhere in the desert sounds fun. I love that stuff. People say camping. A Houston hootenanny. I like that too. We should plan a Houston event, regardless of MOS. Think shoulder season, so it's nice and cheap, right? Because we haven't MOS'd yet. So September, October. I don't know how much planning we can get done to do something like that. It doesn't need to. We don't need to like rent a ballroom. We don't need to, do expensive. Rent a club or whatever. We can just do a picnic shelter somewhere and meet up for a weekend. I don't know. It'd be fun to do it somewhere where there's like entertainment and shows and Vegas type thing, but we should start a thread on the subreddit and discuss, and I don't know, vote on it or something. We'll find out. Yeah. So yeah. I think people are sending me their addresses on here. No, send me to my post office box. Send me your address to my post office box. You don't need to put it in the chat. I'm not writing it down. I need an envelope from you to send you a sticker. But I should get the stickers hopefully in the next week to 10 days, I hope. So if I get stuff from you, I will hold an envelope. I will ship those items out as I get things from you, and we'll go from there. All right, it's 4:30. I gotta get going. Thank you so much for joining me for show 500. It's a big day. So fantastic. I'll see you guys for show 501 on Monday. And my guess is, as with every week this year, something weird will happen over the weekend, and we'll be like, what the hell is going on by Monday? So see you guys Monday. It's Picture Shelter with laser tag. I like that. I'll see you guys Monday, and have a great weekend, right? Okay, here's the intro, outro one more time. Boop. Alexander, aren't you forgetting something?
Whoops. Let me just push this button right here.
Shorts!
Nope, that wasn't it. What about this one? Maybe this one? Gosh darn it. Well, since we're here, 500 shows? How? More like, wow. Oh, I think this is the button.
Houston, we have a problem.
All right. I love that. I'll have to post that sucker to the Yield Twitter so everyone can see it. Have a great weekend, everyone, and I'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.